Alright, I gotta get this video up before my own personal weekend YouTube troll comes on duty. Because the most interference that I get with my channel happens on the weekends. Comments disappear, videos won't play, upload speeds change, and a whole host of other things. I got a list around here somewhere. I'll have to hunt it down. But just as a couple of examples of things that a lot of you might not have to deal with that I do on a daily basis. When I upload a video, I can't tag it. I used to be able to. And when I did, and I did it in the right manner, I'd get quite a few views. But ever since that happened, where I can't tag my videos before I upload them, if I go back and do it after it's uploaded, it makes zero difference. It's like I didn't do it at all. And most of you can change your background or your icon whenever you want to. I haven't been able to do that for over 6 months now. Some of you who are observant have quite literally watched your comments disappear in real time. Good for you, because most people don't. Most people don't pay that close attention to what goes on right underneath their noses. And that's how or what these people count on to be able to get away with their bullshit. For you to think that, oh, it's just a glitch in the system or an anomaly or what have you, when the reality of it is, these things are all being done on purpose. I'm not the best orator in the world, but I can leave a hell of a comment. And usually when the controls are off, I get a lot of reaction from people, good, bad, or indifferent. Because in a war of ideas, I'll take anybody on. Doesn't matter. Because that's how I am. YouTube is the only platform on the internet that I interact with. And I do that intentionally. Because I want to know how this garbage rolls. And I don't want to be distracted by some other place, I'm into something else, or whatever. I want to know exactly where the bumps are, where the inconsistencies are, where the little misfires are, and stuff like that. The same reasons that I was only on Facebook before I started on YouTube. During the election, it wasn't uncommon to leave a comment on somebody's page and have over 1,000 likes by the next morning and 100 and who knows responses. And I'd go through them one by one and I'd respond to everybody and away we'd go. And I'd drive it up and up and up and up till it ended up being 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and so forth and so on. But after the election, all that changed. My Facebook page went from this with interactiveness from other users to this, flatlined. And it stayed that way. So I don't use Facebook anymore. Not to mention what it's used for. In case any of y'all didn't know, and I've covered this in a previous video, look into LifeLog. What LifeLog is it grades you on the things that you do on that site, Facebook in particular. and they lump you into this group or that group or what have you based on advertising preferences. But it goes way deeper than that. Most people don't realize that they have unwittingly supplied Facebook and a lot of other social media platforms with almost every detail of their life. Most social media companies know more about you than your friends do, because all they have to do is look back as to what you talk about, what your interests are, who's your family members, who's your friends, who do you like, who do you dislike. They know it all. All they have to do is research it. And believe it or not, that information can be used against the public in a very personal manner. Imagine someone knocks on your door with your whole online history, saying you've been here, you've talked to so-and-so, you've done this, you've done that. What would your reaction be? Would you tell them to kiss your ass and kick them off of your porch? Or would fear of being exposed to whatever the hell you do when nobody else is looking rule your next decision? That's what they were counting on. They wanted to blackmail the American public the same way that the deep state blackmails the politicians, by the things that they do that wouldn't necessarily be socially acceptable to everybody else. In essence, these companies and corporations want to turn the world gray, to make it so unexciting and boring that everybody's lumped into the same category, that they can have their market strategies that work every single time because they have the control. That's what this is all about. And when their person that they wanted to help institute all of this didn't get elected, they threw a freaking fit. That's why there's such a push to censor conservative ideas. That's why, to them, Republicans are the most hated people in the land. When the reality of it is, it's, according to history, or at least wise if you know your history, Republicans have, for the most part, been on the right side of history every time. It's the Democrats who have always found themselves on the wrong side and have always used the tactic of blaming the other guy for things that they've done themselves. They rub it in our faces every single day. Look at all the things they've accused Donald Trump of doing. And then turn around and research the subject, and you will see, relatively easily, that these are all things that they've done themselves, yet don't have enough of a spine to own up to it. So they keep making up a bunch of bullshit, trying to blame it on the other guy. And when that doesn't work, they cook up another nothing burger to try and distract the American public so that they can sell their narrative. And a lot of people buy into it, which is a sad commentary on the informed nature of the American public. So I suppose, to summarize the situation, it goes like this. You have a bunch of spoiled, spineless brats behind the scenes who more than likely have been abused in some way or another in their lives. And now that they're grown up, they think they have the right to do so as well. And they'll take away your speech, they'll suppress your ideas, all in an attempt to make themselves feel powerful. And the unfortunate part about all of this is it doesn't have to be that way. But the American public up to this point hasn't had the nerve to say in one collective voice and with a serious look on their face and conviction to say, that's enough of this shit and we're not going to put up with it anymore.